Hi, it's Therese and I'm here for Altenew today, and I have a card using the new Rose Flurries 3D die set. Now don't be intimidated, it's a massive die set, but it has some of the most amazing layering dies to create some beautiful roses. And I'm going to make one of those today. So the dies do come attached to each other, so what I did to keep my head straight around them was actually separate them, and I've sat them all on some magnetic sheets, and they're in the order that I would die cut them, which is basically taken from the example that I showed you. That has like a guide on the packaging and tells you exactly what you need to do. There's also on the back of that sheet there's some leaf images, including this one that has a stem. Now this isn't a layering one, this one, but the other ones are. So I've just used some Altenew cardstock here today. I used the forest glades for the leaves, and for the flowers, for the base and the top layer, I'm using the apple red cardstock. And this is actually a 4-layer flower, but I'm only doing 3 of the 4 layers because I'm basically making my rose one colour and didn't want to add the extra layer. And this other piece of cardstock that I've got here is called Velvet, and it's just slightly lighter than the apple red colour. It's hard to tell on the video. Alright, so I'm going to put my rose together now. I want my base, and this is a little trick that I wanted to show you. I didn't have a dark enough red colour, so what I've done is actually grab one of the Altenew artist markers and just shaded the centre of my base piece of my rose with the marker to make it darker. I know, it's great, isn't it? It's like having a third colour red. I'm using the Altenew tape runner. I thought I'd give that a try to adhere my rose together, but because I'd normally use like a matte medium or a liquid glue, but because this is actually a dotted adhesive, it's only going to put down dots onto the cardstock where it touches, so it is a good alternative as a nice quick way to assemble a layered die. I just think this red rose looks so elegant. So I'm not sure if you've worked it out yet, but I'm just doing a single rose today. There are I think there's 6 flowers in total in this stamp set, in this die set, so 6 layering floral images. It's just awesome, and you can do them in any colour combinations that you want. You can make them nice and bold or multicoloured. They're such fun. I'm really enjoying using these 3D dies, like the floral 3D dies from Altenew. Alright, so next I'm using my mini blossom. Did you notice, by the way? I'm loving my mini blossom. It's just so easy to grab. I'm got the bold alphabet dies set out, and I'm using some white cardstock here to die cut the words Mr. and Mrs. because this is going to be a wedding design today. And I want to pop them up on the front of my card. So what I've done is re-die cut all the letters again in some red fun foam. I just thought this would just be something to make a bit of a change than using the white or the black. I think the black would have looked really nice too, but I leave my words or my letters in place within the fun foam while I attach them. I find that by running them through the die cutting machine, the fun foam does tend to alter shape, but by leaving it all in place before I adhere the letters down, I have less problems with the fun foam stretching. The letters seem to fit better, on not just letters but anything that I die cut and want to pop up. I did wait for them to dry before I pop them out, and I'm just working out my placement on the front. This is a top fold card, and I know that I want, this is my general layout, but I'm just looking at the white and I was thinking it doesn't really, that's what I was originally going to go with, was the white, and I thought, oh, I might try this is the pale grey cardstock. I thought, well, I kind of like that a little bit better. And what I have here is a piece of white cardstock that I've cut a template. This is the size of my finished card, and I can just use that to hold over top. Because I'm a very visual person, I like to use that as a sort of take the guesswork out of things. I can have a look. And I really did like it on the black, but in the end the grey one out, but I really like to know what you think, whether you thought the white, the grey or the black was the most appealing to you, because I'm just a bit attached to grey at the moment, just in case you haven't noticed. So the grey one out for me. So I'm using my tape runner to adhere the pale grey cardstock that I've cut down to the same size as my card front, and then what I like to do is actually place all my letters out exactly where they're going to be on my card front. And to adhere them down, I find my centering is better. I just visualize this. I haven't drawn any lines on my cardstock, but you could do that if you want to be a perfectionist. That would probably be wiser. But what I like to do is actually lay it all out, and then I start from the center and work out. And once I've got my center word all adhered, then I went to the top word and then down to the bottom word, and that seemed to work well. And by using the matte medium, I had a little bit of give with the letters. I could actually move them around and straighten them up, whereas if I had used a dry adhesive, that would have been a bit more difficult. I do like the red fun foam behind the letters too. It just adds that bit of oomph and just makes it look a little bit different. Next I'm going to stamp out another sentiment. I'm having trouble with my words again today. I'm using some of the permanent black ink, and this is from the Build a Flower Magnolia set, and I thought this went really well and just added that little something to the card. I've got my matte medium again to attach my green foliage. Now I did actually die cut this twice. I forgot to include that in the video. I did die cut it twice and adhere together just to strengthen this a little bit, because it doesn't have much support behind it. And then I can just pop up my little rosebud, and then I also did decide to pop up the rest of my sentiment with some fun foam as well. That's my finished card for today. I'll link everything below. Thanks for joining me here. I'll be back again real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.